Hey guys, so Electrocute versus Hail Blades, which one for Vi is better? I usually run Electrocute on Vi, and people often ask me, since Hail Blades is a popular choice too, why I don't take it, or what I think about Hail Blades. The short and simple answer is that I think they're both okay choices, but that I prefer the reliability of Electrocute. But if you're here, then I'm sure you want more than a short and simple answer, so I'll go a little bit more in depth about the way I feel about these runes. I've personally used both of these keystones extensively in the past, and I've had good experiences with both, but what I've found is that Vi's gameplay often, especially in the early game, which is when these runes are the most important, revolves around whether or not you're able to deal a critical amount of damage with your burst using your Q auto E onto your target. This could be the enemy jungler in a fight, this could be the mid laner, this could be one of the bot laners, or it could be the top laner, anyone really. Often around the early game, your Q auto E combo will deal a significant amount of damage to your target, often resulting in an instantaneous flash, dash, or CC from them the moment the Q's CC ends, if they haven't already died. Electrocute in this common situation will maximize the damage you'll output from this combo. As the game progresses, this combo usually evolves into a Q auto E R followed by 1 auto or 1 E before your target either dies, flashes, dashes, or uses a CC. Keep in mind, in this situation, Electrocute has still maximized your damage output, as Hail Blades will have done nothing but sped up your combo by a slight and irrelevant amount. Even if such a combo goes on for a lengthier period of time, it will be likely to be a Q auto E R auto E, and then you will need to reposition to secure your kill, and your Q will be coming back up soon, or your target will definitely be dead if they aren't super tanky, and all of those Hail Blades auto will have changed nothing other than made you do them a little bit quicker. Here's a comparison between such a combo with Hail Blades and with Electrocute, where you can see the differences in damage values, as well as just how long the combo took in both situations. So you can see the added value of Electrocute in terms of damage and the difference in speed between the combos. After hearing and seeing all of this, some of you guys might be wondering, well, why the heck would anyone take Hail Blades at all then? How come they have almost the same win rate on u.gg and other websites like that? Well, not all fights are played out this way. Some fights might involve just Q-ing a target and then continuing to repeatedly hit them afterwards, where, although Electrocute will add to your damage in the short run, it will lower your DPS in the fight overall. I strongly believe also that in lower ranked matches, most players will have a much slower reaction time, and the fights will less likely be determined by whether or not your Q auto E burst succeeded in granting you the kill, as players will fail to flash, dash, or CC immediately in reaction, resulting in Hail Blades having a higher impact than it would in a higher level play. There are also some fights which can happen where Hail Blades can have a bigger impact. Most commonly, there are scrappy fights in the river where your opponent is not running but is instead trying to battle with you. Electrocute can at times give you a useful quick burst here, but Hail Blades' greater DPS will often be superior in these types of fights. As for their scaling, I sometimes see players claim Hail Blade scales better, and I other times see players claim Electrocute scales better. This largely depends on your build and how the situations play out, but realistically, neither of the runes scale that well, and neither of the runes are really about scaling, but I find that the game has become more and more determined by instant reactions in my attempts of making successful plays later in the game, and Hail Blades is pretty unhelpful in these situations, especially for a reason I'll make in my last point. My last point and my personal least favorite thing about using Hail Blades is that when I'm using it, I constantly feel tempted to sneak in an extra auto to get the value out of the rune, which I can't realistically get in my combos because of the feeling of sunk cost I have knowing that I will not be able to secure an essential pick that I would be able to get with Electrocute unless I'm able to get that extra auto or two on my target to compensate for my loss in damage. This happens very regularly and makes me feel horrible at my gameplay, especially in high ranked games, because players will constantly react quickly enough to avoid those autos, and the outcome of the game could be determined by this mistake. I hope this video was able to give you guys some insight on my thoughts about picking between Electrocute and Hail Blades. And I'm also planning a video series where I'll be reviewing all kinds of rune options with Vi and going in depth about my thoughts on them. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed the video, and feel free to leave a comment if you have any feedback on my content.